My name's Greg Nadeau, and I'm here to talk about the Somerville Foundation.
What year was the Somerville Foundation established?
It was established in 2016 and into 2017. In 2016, there was a campaign to build the high school that you guys all go to. And the money that was left over in the campaign to convince voters to build the high school, we used to start the foundation in 2017.
Can you provide a short overview of the historical journey of the Somerville Foundation, highlighting its key milestones and some contributions to the community over the years?
Yeah, so we started focusing on summer learning loss. What we know is that kids in poverty often catch up during the school year and fall behind nights, weekends, and summers. For the first 3 years, that's a lot of what we focused on, was supporting scholarships to provide more equitable access to quality summer programming. And so then we started to fund some things that like an Among Us tournament. It was like a crazy summer of pandemic. And so we were just trying to fund good, interesting things, that you could do safely from your house and stuff like that. So we did some of that stuff. And then we started to really focus on, that the real need is to help support more youth workers to work with all ages of kids. And to do that, we need to have better support for, really kind of 18 to 24-year-olds. And so that's really where we're focused now, is a lot of kind of apprenticeships and work-based learning for 14 to 30-year-olds.
Can you name one recent achievement of the Somerville Foundation and what they're currently working on achieving?
We got $250,000 of ARPA funding from the city, and distributed that to various different groups to provide programming. We did the Taste of Somerville with the Chamber of Commerce, raised a whole bunch of money. We did the Steph Almond Awards to acknowledge youth workers for all the great work that they do. So those are 3 examples.
Can you name one notable partnership that the Somerville Foundation has with another nonprofit organization?
Yeah, so we do a lot of work in partnership with Groundwork Somerville and their green teams. And we've been supporting Groundwork Somerville's green teams, working with the bike kitchen to help train high school kids on bike repair. That's an example.
In what ways does the City of Somerville support and collaborate with nonprofit organizations like the Somerville Foundation to foster community development and social welfare?
Again, the ARPA funds was a partnership between the city and the community partners, and so that's an example. We're looking to do more things. We've just sent a letter to Mayor Ballantyne, and Wilbert is helping to set up a meeting that we're going to have now on March 29th with her to talk about other partnerships that we can do together.
How does the nonprofit ecosystem in Somerville contribute to workforce development, and what role does the Somerville Foundation play in this process?
That's the number one thing, So right now, just know that of all the high school seniors that are graduating, about 2/3 will start some post-secondary education, and about half of those who start will finish. So for 2/3 of you and your peers, when you're in your 20s, will not have diplomas, and many will have debt, right? So if you didn't think to get into certain career pathways, like some of the career technical ed stuff when you were 14 at the beginning of high school, it's hard to know what's the on-ramp. Say you want to become a plumber or an electrician or a teacher or a social worker. How would you start? Right? And so that's really what we want to support, because those are things that you can only learn on the job. And so we're really focused on trying to increase the work-based learning, apprenticeship type experiences where you can earn while you learn. So instead of going into debt to get education and then earning while you're learning, being on the job, while you're on the job, learning more and more. Those are the types of experiences that we really want to make available for all Somerville kids.
What strategies does the Somerville Foundation employ to ensure inclusivity and equity in its workforce development efforts, particularly in the underrepresented groups?
It'd be interesting for you guys to think about, are you an underrepresented group? You might think in some ways yes, but as I'm talking now to scale, they're focused on kids who are in Next Wave and Full Circle, kids who are in a program called Goals, right? A lot of folks who are like super new to the country, right? Who think of you all as actually privileged, right? You guys have been here, you've got like a strong, solid foundation. And so you guys might have some challenges compared to others, but you've got some real, benefits compared to others as well, right? So, my focus has been primarily on, high school, folks coming through the high school and making sure that we fulfill our obligation to provide you guys with a good pathway towards prosperity. But there are even more vulnerable folks than you guys that we need to really be thinking about and caring about. And so we're starting to work with Scale to really understand the needs of those folks as well.
Looking ahead, how do you envision the collaboration between the Somerville Foundation, the City of Somerville, and other nonprofits evolving to meet the evolving needs of the community and workforce?
So the vision that I would really like us all to be talking about is for 10 years from now. And 10 years from now, the high school should be open 7 nights a week. There should be free programming available every single night through the summers. If you want to come back and you want to learn how to become a plumber, an electrician, a teacher, a lawyer, and computer programmer, you should always be able to come back, take courses at the high school, get placed into jobs and apprenticeships and internships. It should always be available for you. So that to me is the number one thing that we should all be working on.
Solid questions. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.